Joining us now on set, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. Governor, this is your old line of work. How important is that rating system, and what could that portend of things to come?
Well, I think that what it says is that the financial profile of the United States of America is under huge pressure. And we know that, and the American people know that. Just ask them. Just ask them. I mean, every Virginian, when they go to the grocery store, it's a gut punch. It's a gut punch. And what they've seen since the recession, since the beginning of the pandemic, is a 40% increase in the cost of groceries. Every time they go to the gas pump, it's a shock to say, wait a minute.
But Bidenomics is working, Governor. We hear speech after speech, media figure after media figure. Why aren't the American people feeling this yet? Bidenomics, the jobs created, all this stuff, all this good stuff happening.
Yeah, you can change the words, but you can't change the way people feel when they go in the grocery store. And that's what Virginians see every day. That's what Americans see every day. And this is the issue, which is when you have credit ratings that are dropped, when you have 22-year high in interest rates, when you have inflation that's been run away. Even his own economist told him this before he let loose just unparalleled spending. It's hurting all Americans. And I will tell you, I see it all the time. You see folks who just can't make it work anymore. So almost 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck because they can't keep up with the cost of living in America. And I see it in Virginia every day.
Yeah, I see it, too. And, Governor, I know you're leading the charge for something we've been talking about on the angle now for 2.5 years, which is early voting. Make it easier for people to vote absentee or early in person ahead of the state's crucial off-year election, which is coming up in November. So Republicans can have like great policies and great answers to this economic disaster we're in. But if we don't invest in getting ballots in people's hands and then returned, like, Mark Zuckerberg and all these other people knew was important, then what is it all for?
Yeah,
well, you're doing something.
We have a huge election in Virginia this year. It's Virginia's midterms. Our House and Senate are all up. I got to hold our House. We got to flip the Senate. And I need Republicans to get in the game fully. And so we launched SecureYourVoteVirginia.com to make it easy to schedule to vote early. Sign up for our permanent absentee ballot list, order a mail-in ballot, or just make a plan to vote early. But we need everybody to vote. I am so frustrated in watching election returns on election day when the Democrats show up with thousands of votes through absentee ballots. And so, listen, I inherited these rules when I came in as governor. We get to choose. Are we going to compete? Are we going to show up down 1,000 votes for a race? I'm going to compete. And so we're signing up Virginians to vote. Republicans, please participate.
What are the national Republicans doing? You're doing it in Virginia. And we've been urging all these groups that collect all this money, all these think tanks out there. But what are grassroots organizations doing? Do you know? Well,
they've gotten started, but I think we're writing a playbook here in Virginia.
Good.
What we did was we're leveraging what Brian Kemp did in Georgia. They did a great job. We are now doing it in Virginia. We're going to write the second edition to this early voting playbook, and then hopefully it'll be the playbook for next year in 2024.
Trump indictment. What's your sense?
Well, I've said before that this two-tiered justice system on display is eroding everyone's trust in our legal system. And the reality is if you're in the opposition party, you're treated one way. And if you're a friend of the party in power, then you're treated a completely different way. And this is eroding everyone's faith. I hear it every day in Virginia. We can't trust our justice system
Will you ever consider jumping in? I can't tell you how many people ask me, because they know I know you and so forth, would Glenn Youngkin ever consider, if there was an opening, for you to jump in?
Well, I'm so humbled when people say this to me.
Oh, come on, answer the question.
Well, and let me just be honest. I'm so focused on Virginia this year. We just talked about it. We have huge elections.
Yeah.
And we have a chance in 24 months to take a state that was completely blue, statewide led legislature, and in 24 months, turn it Republican. And I think we must get this done. We got to hold our House, flip our Senate, and we can move forward with policies that, Laura, when I came in, Virginia was bottom third in job growth. We're top 5 now. We, in fact, have backed the blue and crime's coming down. We've stood up for parents. We've made government run more efficient.
Sounds like a campaign speech, Governor.
Well, I think that people are noticing what we're doing in Virginia, and I think that's why we get so much attention.
You're not ruling it out.
Well, I am focused on our elections, and we're gonna hold our House, and we're gonna flip our Senate, and we're gonna show folks that in 24 short months, you can take a blue state that was lost and turn it red.
Results. Governor Youngkin, thank you so much for stopping by in our new time slot.
I love your new time slot. I look forward to being with you frequently.
Awesome. Great to see you.